dipanggil bus henti-henti. Ataupun in English we call it stage bus. Yeah. Bus service can fit several route classes, type of smaller and bigger, which depending on target group and passenger. Yeah. Kalau dulu-dulu zaman 60-an, 70-an, 80-an, we still have stage bus many, from kampung to semi-town and town. But now still less, but still numbers still there. Can see, and but the size of the buses smaller lah. It's not like before, because most of the people using private car or motorcycle, But those days, normally the kampung people using bus for day-to-day transportation lah, frequent bus stop called stage bus. Frequent ni banyak berhenti lah. Kita panggil stage bus. And normally stop between bus stop to terminal or stop distance between bus stop and stop lah, for the convenience of passenger. Maybe they can walk 20 kilometer, 5 kilometer, 1 kilometer using from stoppage to the stoppages, Okay, the last transit buses provide public transit with city. Within the city, usually we call it trips, Transit bus provide public transit within a city and usually for trips of only short distance movement. Intercity, interstage, provincial buses, transit between town, rural area places using 100 kilometer away bus from bus terminal. Kalau like Kuala Lumpur, you can see, type of bus. You are actually dealing day-to-day activities in the town areas. The bus, special bus. Several companies that operated there. Okay. Other term, local bus or rural collector bus, town private frequent stops, any stage bus, long specific with specific stop and sometimes 2 or more per kilometer. Tengok bus stop tu, ada setengah kilometer, they got one bus stop. And then within the bus stop, got another stop again, The building of the stop, normally people selling newspaper, cake, cookies, and so on and so forth. It's part of business. So while waiting, they can read newspaper and buy something. The express bus line make few stops, more speed long, and roads line bigger bodies. Well, a terminal and convenient. Terminal to terminal and convenient a big number of passengers. Normally 24 lah, 24 to 30 lah, not more than that. And sometimes got 44, smallest, but big numbers, Maximum 44 you can see lah, but now very rare 44. We have altogether maybe 30 or 24 lah, seaters, single and double seaters, Shuttle bus between two destinations such as airport. Kalau airport pergi Kuala Lumpur to airport, we call it shuttle. Shuttle, daily shuttle lah. It's about 30 minutes each. Routes are the same from airport to Kuala Lumpur, for example. Got shuttle. Ataupun city center terminal, which is with specific design of passenger. Sometimes dia punya seat pun tak berapa nak proper lah. Just one or two and something they sitting, the condition like kereta api lah, they can sit, they can stand and with the specific, because they are not orang kata moving fast, it's about 50 to 60 kilometer an hour only, so people can convey. And either if they are actually more than the capacity passenger, they can stand. That one is okay. All right. Shuttle bus are often provided universities, college, airport, shopping centers. Dekat kita pun ada shuttle bus, companies and tourist specific destination. Itu lah shuttle. Shuttle mean they are actually doing frequently shuttle. Tour bus pelancongan. We have bus pelancongan. Tour bus is also part of the business in bus industry. Jadi kalau kita ada duit nanti kita boleh buat tour bus for specific people. They got either small or big size. With the targeted passenger lah. for booking, reserve to our bus, and travel from place to place as instructed or ordered by the customer. Yeah. Normally in Malay we call it bus persiaran lah, ya, ataupun charter bus, long distance tour coaches dari allow passenger to disembark specific point and the interest of terminal. Ya. Macam sini pergi charter pergi mana? Pergi ke Ipoh ke, ya, for specific visit and so on. We call it bus persiaran. Or other normal bus we can use also as chartered bus lah. Sometimes they use bus persiaran owned by specific company lah, and then they say for specific hotels, school, university can also all right. And then charter bus operator provide buses with proper licensed bus driver, hire specific activities scheduled by the customer with specific destination. Okay, the intercity bus, intercity bus between the city lah, normally operate within the city center, rapid and number automatic, and ownership will decrease price of road travel. The usage of intercity bus such as Kuala Lumpur, Johor Bahru, Ipoh, Penang, intercity is there are actually bus who are actually placed in the city lah, for the purpose of city people. They are moving from place to another. It's not that far distance, few kilometer only. For specific, normally people are going for shopping, visit, cinema and so on in the city. And then steadily increase over past years, but less profit due to congestion. A big number of. Jadi for those operator you are operated in town area, for example, they face the difficulties because of congestion. Because time, as I said, as in transport we walk in congestion. That means congestion is a cost. So you cannot get a maximum trip that you're supposed to be targeted in the late stage lah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, type bus in Malaysia, as you know that we have now, kita ada express bus, kita ada commuter bus, kita ada shuttle bus, express bus is for long distance, normally they operate consortium, in one group, company, big company share, and then under one number, under one company and so on. And some they put consortium there, sometimes they put one bus, tapi dalam tu so many entity people there sharing, under one name, for example. The route is normally scheduled by the ministry. Senang kita operate, you have to apply upon the ministry to get the routes, Bagi contoh, if you got money, you buy bus, for example, you want to operate express bus, want to go to Johor Bahru, cannot, tak boleh. You have to apply the route first. Apply the routes from the ministry, and then okay, they said okay, and then you do the services, from for as what routes approved by the minister. Commuter bus pula, transport commuter bus, passenger daily basis, specific job business bus, commuter, For example, from Seremban to Kuala Lumpur, we have commuter bus. Bus commuter for Seremban to Kepong, for where? Outside, outskirt town Kuala Lumpur, they got commuter bus, commuter. And some they put their commuter bus, commuting community bus, their commuter. They actually commuting, dia macam shuttle jugalah, tapi dia panggil commuter. The big number of people that normally use the same person carry or transporting from outskirt of town until inside the town area. The design of the bus with the two doors, ada yang dua pintu, ada yang satu pintu. Express bus, one door only. It's one, two doors. In and out senang lah, because very fast moving at front and mid rear, allowing efficient internal movement of passengers and better traffic flow. It is normally popular in town where daily commuters use the facilities. Shuttle bus sama juga lah, shuttle bus. Shuttle bus dia got specific areas macam port, macam hotel shuttle. Within the university compound shuttle, and then within the institutions, shuttle. Rapid bus, normal popular kat Kuala Lumpur lah, rapid bus ataupun BRT is proton given the variety of transport system, vehicle and scheduling attempt to use buses provide service that higher quality than the bus lain. BRT better sikit lah, ya. Dia ada seat, aircon bagus, cantik, ya. It normally operate within a town area with specific schedule and permanent commuters. Orang yang selalulah bayar bulan punya kan, BRT. It is similar commuter bus which operated within a specific place and time. Jadi BRT pun dengan komputer pun lebih kurang, tapi the condition of the bus slightly different lah. They got bigger size compartment, then for the purpose of town area lah BRT ni. Okey, tour bus persiaran tadi dah beritahu dah. Bas persiaran, bas pelancongan ada lagi di sini. And then stage bus. Jadi dalam banyak-banyak tadi, sebahagiannya adalah kumpulan daripada stage bus. Stage bus, that mean frequent stoppage buses. Bus henti-henti in Malaysia, stage bus ni, on a number of bus stop and commuters. The bus is normally within the time schedule, and frequencies. And it is normally assist with the bus conductor ticketing and also checked by bus inspector. Jadi dulu kita ada bus inspector lah kat kampung kan. Their purpose is to check whether the conductor is selling ticket to passenger or not. Dia ada bus inspector, dia stop and make a snap lah between the point. Tapi sekarang tak nampak lagi. Tapi ada lah. Ada lagi in the kampung time. Macam dulu saya pergi Kuping ke Ipoh using a stage bus, still have. Sometimes enjoy juga naik stage bus ni, kejap berhenti, happy, seronok. The size of buses based on population area. Siapa yang nak target buat operate buses ni, nanti kita akan bincang who are actually to orang kata organize or operate the bus services on that particular area. And bus rated normally low income group lah for the village, for the villages. Orang kampung, income group can't afford to buy car, motorcycle pun tak boleh naik, normally we step. And most of the rural area in Malaysia, we have this stage bus. Normally it's not because of profit, just to serve the community for the purpose of. That one is considered win-win lah. Even you are lost, tetapi you are actually win in terms of productivity lah. And then normally the losses is covered by the government lah. For the stage bus. Other buses, the category of buses are normally operated within institution, owned and college organization, transporting staff, visitors, college students. This bus is actually non-profit making services. The design size and bus may be vary and depend on the requirement of the organization. Inilah term-term dia lah So apa lagi So what else? Ini normal lah, school bus, dari your child. Our school time, school bus is famous normally. Sampai 44 children at one particular time. Sampai jadi sardin lah, dosi kampung lah. But from town, it's different. They got special bus. And then their design is sometimes big and some medium and sometimes small. Even caravan also can design as a school bus. That one is personal entity. So they need to have application lah, approval from the minister. So even you operate a small one, they have to approve by minister also lah. Yeah. And then minibus smaller than bigger bus lah. Half size of the bus, yeah, maybe 10, 20, 12, yeah, 12, yeah, 20, call it. Below than 25 passenger lah, we call it minibus. Yeah. Normally for the purpose of short distance shuttle for specific social event. So bus collection, normally they are use manual or vending machine. You go to the bus bus terminal selling bus ticket, all right. And then when you go to the using a stage bus, normally people buy a ticket from the ticket sellers inside the bus and also bus conductor, ataupun bus driver lah, even no conductor, yeah. And then the bus conductor also, they actually make their own calculation lah, because they want to calculate from place to point, automatically they can, okay, on ringgit 80 cent, on ringgit 20 cent, and so on, you see. Cakap lah dia kira ni. And then alternately will be collected fare using entering enclosed bus stations, shelter areas, prior bus. Okay, this one is bus stop lah. Express plus long distance, express complete round of booking using credit card or bank facility. Sekarang ni kita pakai online lah, ya, buy ticket. So everything there already. Yeah. So much easier lah, yeah. As compared to before, have to go to station and buy ticket and come back, wait, yeah. Now we can go online, yeah. Bus ticket online also there. So everything smooth lah, yeah. Using the IT, we call it, yeah. Okay, the last one, some collections are being done through the counter design and terminal. Besar terminal lah, ya. Okay, the note say, they kata the fares, ya. The fares of pricing is also established by specific condition by ministry upon discussion with bus operator. Yeah. Dia akan boleh buat senang-senang, ya. The fare pricing calculated based on kilometer run, time cost plus profits gained by the operators. The pricing are normally controlled by the government specific zone. The pricing cannot be changed prior approval government for transport regulation 1959 and refer on this matter. Anyhow, the bus operator shall suggest the recommended by the government the actual price ticket that allowable to be sold to the public. Jadi tiket-tiket bas yang kita beli tu ni bukan senang-senang dibuat, ya. They upon discussion agreed by the government, okay, they want this concept win-win situation, and then the operators, they are actually profits gain and so on, eh. The routing system in Malaysia. The routing system ni ialah sistem perjalanan, are normally planned by structured by the government. Macam you want to operate bus from Changlun to Kota Baru, want to apply to university, you have to apply. Whether they want to control the number of buses operators at one particular, it cannot be two more or less. That mean based on the target group that's required. Kalau benda tu dah banyak sangat, buat apa dia approve? Tak approve, ya. Maybe you want to make a trip from Changlun to Kuantan, for example. You have to apply first, ya. Kuantan, okay, they study, how many bus operator doing Kuantan. So they discuss, they think, okay, approve, and then you can do. If depend on the request target groups, people or one particular areas, the license offered to the local bus operators will. Some cases bus also operate with special authority given the such as festive season, ceremony and so on. Jadi kalau ada perayaan, ya, Deepavali ke, Hari Raya Cina ke dan sebagainya, they got a special arrangement approved for the purpose of festive season. Lepas festive dia tak ada. Sebab you tengok bas biasa dalam perayaan tu adalah bas persiaran, ada bas kelang, special permit given by the ministry for the purpose of festive, because too many passenger or target group at one particular time, so government consider the normal days is normal operations as suggested by minister. The routing information, they kata, can be seen in the operator's web. Kalau kita buka serekat bas itu, kita akan tengok dia punya mana dia pergi. Ataupun circular, signboard, billboard, government information. Kalau pergi KL, you can see at terminal there, you got billboard. You got signage, you got this, macam circular lah. Right? And then in front the ticket booth, you can see from where to where. The one is the routing information lah. Routing information. Some routing show ticket is set future guideline for passenger movement. Gimana kan? So it's good lah. For example, you want to travel using bus, for example, in town, you can see you can see the routing there. You can travel from place. If they want to change the stage bus number 1, stage bus number 2, 3, and so on, that one's already have the information in advance. Some routing show estimate stop in certain area for the convenient passenger. And then the most important thing is the movement lah, the passenger movement. Yang ni kalau kita tengok, if you go to KL, you can see this. Sometimes they place there. Routes, route 207. Route 208, mana. All those things, people or tourists normally use this facility. Jadi bila kita dah pakai tiap-tiap hari, tak payah tengok ni lah. For new people coming in, for example, visitors from overseas, want to use the bus facilities, and so you can see this, the routing, sampai mana, and so. Alright. Okay. Ataupun dia akan tunjuk macam ni, di Kuala Lumpur can see, dia ada posting ni. Oh, ni bus ni. Oh, this one is bus ni, and so on and so forth. Can make the public informed, so their knowledge lah. Public or tourist lah, for example. This one is routing, panggil. Okay, infrastructure pula. Dalam infrastructure dia kata dalam bus, the most important thing that in business transportation we got 3 type. Number 1 is vehicle, operation, and infrastructure. That's 3 things. Vehicle tadi bus kan, operation you yourself operating, and then the infrastructure. These 3 are actually a combination in transportation. So you have to understand this. Some infra developed by government and some infra developed by private entity for the purpose of public users, passengers, and so on. Okay, infra we call it bus stop. Bus stop ni semua kampung kan, from village to village, got every kilometer got one stoppage. We call it bus stop. And the bus stop sometimes they not selling thing. Dia nak selling tiket, but they're selling sundry shop, for example, newspaper, minuman, and so on. It's part of the business also lah. While waiting, they can buy newspaper and reads, buy call it kuih muih dan sebagainya, all those things. Number 1. Number 2, the bigger size, we call it bus terminal. Normally in this town area lah. Macam Changlun, you got bus terminal. Kanga, you have bus terminal. Sungai Petani, you have bus terminal. It's not bus terminal lah. It's normally longer bus stop, And then they are actually with the business compartment, bank ada situ, television di situ, Yang terbaik you can see Sungai Petani lah, Sungai Petani terbaik. Ataupun Kanga, also terbaik. Alustar is the best. Alustar lah, just beside there. Sungai Petani lah, Dia kata center stops there. They got bank also there. They got compartment bit of the bus parking, selling ticket, and then they got bank kiosk, yeah. And then they got the anything that immigration department. There also police store, police station, small police station there. People selling sundry shop, people selling a restaurant and so on. That one is the best convenient for the passenger. Yeah. That one developed by Kamal. Yeah. So the biggest bus terminal KL lah ya. Kat bus apa nama kat KL? Sungai Besi tu. TBS ya, TBS. You can see TBS is the one the biggest lah. There's something like airport there lah. Everything there use the Pacific orang kata compartment. And then they got air condition there. Yeah, they got restaurant, bank system, police. Yeah, they got shops. Sundry shop also there. Kedai runcit. Yeah, and so on and so forth. And then they have the most is the hotel lah, for convenient for travel. Maybe you want to sleep or overnight, they can sleep just nearby. Tomorrow, the morning can continue the journey, for example. Yeah. And then they're just nearby, connected to the rail. Commuter and rail transport to the rail. They got connection there. There's super connection with taxi and so on. Easy, yeah. Like airport lah, yeah. Uh, And then if they want to go to the airport straight, they can use rail. Itu lagi senang. TBS is the best lah. Yeah? Example for the bus terminal in Malaysia. And most of the country, developed country overseas there, they are actually develop the terminal like that. It is considered one stop movement. Yeah, everything there can be connected, seamless in bracket seamless. Okay. Okay, fare structure. Kita nak masuk collection. Fare structure and schedule. Fare based on the government regulations that are in Transport 1967. Yeah. And then the fare calculation are based on kilometer run, every coach movement. The structure seem to be standardized. All bus operators in Malaysia through this schedule fare public shall be understood on the standard requirement as suggested by the government. Ya. Maknanya kalau katakan orang ramai nak complain they make complain to expensive or not because they are actually already recorded and published for the people to know in advance. Jadi kalau express bus, they only can charge 8.5 cent kilometer. Express bus. But now already increased by 1 cent, 9.5 cent kilometer. Stay 8.5 cent. Remember? Now 9.5 cent. Please take note, that the new different on the bus express. Jadi frequent stop bus Kuala Lumpur zoning, dia ada zone 1, zone 2, zone 3 kan. And ada Kuala Lumpur, this one all are inside the government and regulation, everything there already. So the operators need to follow lah, requirement. And then they still with the aircon and with aircon kan, but now with aircon everything So with the aircon tak ada lah. And then the transit bus, so 50% article. School bus town, different harga. School bus rural, different harga. These are actually the ticket pricing stated by the government lah, for the public to know. It's not only for the operators, but for the public to know. Okay. What else? This one is ticket pricing of fares, yeah. After this, you are going to calculate, yeah. You are going to calculate whether the transport operators who operated in town, rural, or express bus are actually making profit or otherwise. Because specific already macam table ya given by the government for the operators to move, and public also use and pay the amount as suggested. Ya. Jadi we as the operators should able to excel, determine whether we are actually profitable or not. So how to calculate the ticket? How to calculate the ticket pricing is actually if you are actually doing manually. This one is base calculation, yeah, base calculation, manual how you calculated. You have to consider three methods. Number one is overhead cost. Overhead cost, masuk dia punya gaji, drivers, content, whatever variable that. If we study all from the road transport container, we have 23, if I'm not mistaken, 23 variable. That one is overhead cost. Yeah, cost incurred for the purpose of movement. Or non-movement also you have to incur. This one is overhead cost. Number two is trip movement. Trip movement how many? Example, overhead, you calculate in airport, one movement is how much? Two movement, how much? So all those things have to take into consideration. One day, how many movement trips in order for it to break even? Yeah. Okay. Number three, we have to understand the average profit. As I say, that profit in business between 8 to 12%. You can charge more than that. Because they will affect to the pricing, yeah, of the ticket. Okay. Three things that you have to consider in calculating bus ticket, yeah. So what else? Okay, the overhead cost is compulsory cost begin the operation. Example, operation cost, bus, fuel, maintenance, wages, insurance, and depreciation. Yeah. Ya, overhead cost. Contoh, ada banyak lagi lah. Kan, overhead cost. Trip movement, the based on trip per day. Break even, making profit, their movement. Movement is based on trip mates on that particular days. Satu trip, dua trip, tiga trip, empat trip, sampai dia break even. Ya. Normally, if short distance, 7 trip lah per day. Break even lah. You want to have more profit, 8 trips a day. Ya. For that particular bus. If you operate 24 hours, for example, more than 12 hours, for example, they can make better in terms of profit lah. Ya. So what else? Okay, the average profit rule of thumb is based on revenue bus. And based on number of trips, this is the total number of passengers. Average profit in business between 8 to 12%. New rule of thumb in business. Anything that you make business to business in that, in transportation, if you can make between 8 to 12%, that one is rule of thumb. You can do the business. Fixed cost, harga tetap, cost tetap. Ya. For example, you purchase vehicle, lease, insurance, registration, permit, license, vehicle taxes, and depreciation. Variable cost, cost yang berubah-ubah. The operational cost, ya. Minyak tadi kan. Ini fixed and variable cost is actually the overhead cost lah, ya. Maintenance, repair, fuel, tax, oil, parking, paid, and so on. Anything over time, ya. Alright. So considering prior calculating the fuel usage, considering prior calculating, the first thing that you have to understand the fuel lah, because fuel is the major thing in transport, the up and down price. So you have to calculate it lah. The usage, normally the usage of the fuel on that particular day. fuel yang paling banyak ya. And then number 2 is wages. Wages include salary, overtime, insurance, staff bonuses, incentive, and so on. We call it wages lah. Yeah. Overtime, wages. Insurance. So, insurance, rental, loan, for coach, passengers, insurance, accident, damage, and so on and so forth. Insurance. So we have to purchase. Yeah. We have to prepare in advance. Number 4, admin costs. Supervisory cost, yeah, management cost, monitoring papers, telecommunication, and so on, yeah. Printing, office required, needed, is admin cost. Maintenance cost, repair and maintenance lah, as I said, in the transport, 15% of total cost goes to maintenance cost. Kalau cost itu RM1,000, 15% is maintenance cost, repair maintenance. Hanya RM75 ya. One is spare for the maintenance cost. Break-even point, break-even rate of CIT or break-even point, yeah, you have to understand also. And then target fuel for heavy vehicle in kilometer run. Kalau bus, lori macam mana? Oh, ya. Jadi kita akan masuk yang ni lah. Okay, narrative. Example, calculation bus express long distance movement 800 km from destination Changlun to Kuala Lumpur to and from. Hanya one way 400 lah. So how to calculate the ticket? How to calculate the ticket? If you go to the book, page 45. Book, page 45. Open up now, page 45. Dapat? Book, page 45. 45 and 46. Dia tajuk table calculation. Table, the calculation table. Dapat tak? Kalau dapat begitu.
Nampak, doktor.
Dapat? Bagi tam satu. Kalau dapat bagi tam. Okey, bagus. Siapa yang tak ada buku, for those who have book, you are actually unlucky lah. You can read for this. Okay, bagus. Ramai yang dapat ya. Okay, dalam buku tu, inside the table 3.3, they said, sebelum table tu, they got the example lah ya, the narrative tu. The distance one way 400 km from Alustar to Kuala Lumpur. Alustar Kuala Lumpur pula lah. Okay. Changi to Kuala Lumpur lebih kurang lah ya, 400 km. And then one way to and fro is 100 km. Type of number of seat bus 24 seaters. Price of diesel price RM1.89. Target 2.5 km. Drivers to wages, insurance center, tender installment, depreciation for 5 years. The insurance administration cost, repair, maintenance, ensuring the break-even point, bus operator should be able to calculate justify purpose of business of the whole operation. Table 3.3 indicated actual, indicate the actual calculation and justification for the purpose of study. And then you have altogether on the left side, dalam kotak tu, you can see altogether 8 variable. 8 variable. Dah masukkan situ lah. Based on the narrative at the box there. Masukkanlah depreciation, installment, fuel, wages, insurance, and then admin cost and total cost, tax, SST, grand total. So the total suggestion ticket, you calculate all together because the to and fro, kalau tu bagi to and fro, that mean 1 to 9, 20 depositors. That mean the cost of the ticket is 50 ringgit 13 cent or 50 ringgit per ticket. It's based on full capacity of passenger. Dapat tak? Faham table tu? Ada soalan tak dalam table tu? Yang ini adalah base calculation ya. Base calculation mean that you are actually doing on base ya. On detail calculation. Tetapi as actually given by the government given by government rate for one movement, as I said before in the previous table, saying that table 3.2 page 44, 43. Okay. For express bus, kat atas tu nampak tak? Page 43. Nampak? Open up page 43. Ada nampak? Ambil tangan. Okay, good. Page 43, table 3.2 there. At the bottom there, dekat table tu, dia kata express bus. 8.5 sen kilometer ya. Now 9.5 sen kilometer. Tambah 1 sen saja itu. You buat amendment situ, 9.5 sen ya. 9.5 sen kilometer. So you calculate now if using government table with the cost of 9.5 kilometer, how much is roughly cost for one way? If you travel for 400 kilometer at one time, how much? Berapa harga tiket? Kira sekarang 9.5 times 400 lah. Berapa? Understand not? Siapa yang tak ada understand, thumbs down. 400 times 9.5 lah. Berapa ringgit? Oh, lambat. That means 400 kilometer times 9.5 sen. How much? 38 ringgit. Dapat? Siapa tak dapat, ambil tangan. So I repeat, if you calculate through government rate is 9.5 kilometer per 9.5 sen per kilometer. So distance 400 tadi kan? Distance 400, that means 9.5 sen time 400 kilometer. How much? Dia akan dapat 38 ringgit. Dapat tak? Kalau dapat, bagi rule. Bagi thumbs. Okey, dapat. Bagus ya. Maknanya bezanya terlalu banyak. They got different 38 ringgit dengan 54 ringgit. Why different? Because of the rate that given by the government is based on 1987 rates without amendment. And then now, actually base calculation based on the current situation. Current situation, gaji pun naik, fuel pun naik, all wages, toll pun ada, and so on and so forth. That's why it got different there. Yeah? So the different, you have to justify lah. So why government follow the operators? Because they are actually win-win lah. Yeah? So if they operated with 38 ringgit from Alustar to Kuala Lumpur, they are actually running at loss. They operated with the 54 ringgit from Alustar to Kuala Lumpur, that means they are actually profitable. And then the total number, this one is 54 ringgit, is actually based on the full bus capacity. Kalau bus tak capacity, they are actually running out. So, understand? So it's therefore, ladies and gentlemen, in base calculation is actually calculated based own justification, and then most of the transport industry follow this to sell the ticket with at the end win-win situation lah. The public passenger also win, your operator to win, as a government also situation. Faham tak? If you drive a car from here to Kuala Lumpur, so how much cost that you incur? You drive alone. So it's therefore bus ticket, even though you calculated it's more expensive as compared to government rate, but people still willing to buy and use the facilities. RM54 is cheap, cheaper. Daripada sini pun RM54 lah. Daripada Changnam pun RM54. RM50 lah kat sini pun profitable lah. Provided they carry the full capacity, enable them to get profit 12%. Bayangkan kalau katakan dia berlayar ataupun bergerak tunggu sekejap ya. Okay ya. Jadinya as I said just now, kalau using the government fare table 9.5 cm is not viable lah doing business. But you calculate based on your base calculation to sell a ticket. You dapat RM54. That means you are actually win-win. Passenger also win-win, happy. Rather than they drive their own car to Kuala Lumpur, they buy ticket bus. And then also government also win-win. So this one is able for you to create the movement as a bus operator from place to place. Baguslah kan. It's good for economic development. Both the operator is so profitable, you also profitable, can save costs as a passengers, and then economic for that particular country also good because you got number of people move at one particular, more movement at one particular. Okay. Ada soalan ke tidak? Sebelum kita masuk calculation proper next ya. Okay, go back home, read this chapter ya. Read this chapter and understand it. And I'm going to give you the more calculation based in picture. Jadi ini kita akan kira bus express. Nanti next time we are going to calculate on stage bus ya. On stage bus. Stage bus nanti kan lain kira pula ya. So ada soalan? Kalau tak ada soalan, we stop here. Already 1 hour. And we continue to the same chapter. But provided you have to read now the book before next class. At least you paham sikit. Okay. Okay, thank you very much class. Thank you very much and see you next class. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.